there is a spiritual rhythm to life, a spiritual pulse beat. Well, we certainly know the planets are turning on an axis, they're orbiting a sun, the sun's orbiting a galaxy, the galaxies are interacting with each other. There's this cosmic dance that's going on right now. There's day, there's night, and it's in a rhythmic flow, and we're in that rhythm. But it's not just a physical rhythm, there is a spiritual rhythm to life. The spirit has a rhythm. Even though we are embodied in this physical form and we're dealing with physical rhythms, if we really want to be successful, if we really want to be in control of our life, we will direct our life from the spiritual rhythms of life rather than the physical things that are going on now. Then our life moves in harmony, then our life moves in beauty, then our life moves in a beautiful symmetry, and we feel the flow of life. The Tao talks a lot about life like water flowing, and that we've got to be in that flowing nature. And as we are in that natural rhythm of life, we succeed and we accomplish in its time. But when we're impatient, we're not thinking about that. We're just thinking, I want this now, I want it immediate, and I want it. It's like a craving that we have, and we don't understand that even though you may want it right now, that's not when it's going to come to you. And what we end up doing is putting pressures on ourselves or pressures on other people, pushing them to try to make something happen because we want it when we want it, and we don't understand there's a timing to this. It's like if you plant a seed for roses, you put it in the earth, you give it all the nourishment it needs, the water. You can't say in a day, well, where's my rose bush? It's got to go through the process of growing and unfolding. And if you've done your part, it will do just that in its time, and you'll get those beautiful rose blooms in their time. Now, if you haven't done what you need to do, then you need to take care of that. I can plan it out in my mind, but until I do it and I take all the time it takes to do it, I haven't been on the trip. I've just been thinking about it. So the mind can work super fast, and that's where a lot of the impatience comes, is the mind can think quickly, well, I've thought of this, so why isn't it automatically here? Well, thinking about it is one thing, making it a reality is another. The saying about creative expression, it's 3% inspiration, 97% perspiration. There's a period of time that you've got to give consistent effort to when you have a great idea to see it come into fruition. And one of the reasons people fail in their career pursuits and their life pursuits is they quit too soon. They try it for a little while. They say, well, I gave this time, it didn't work out, I guess it wasn't meant to be. What do you mean? You haven't even begun to give it the time needed. Anything worthwhile is going to take time to mature. And if you're thinking, I've got to have it turned over in an instant, there are sometimes these success stories that happen like that, but by far, the most enduring are the things you give it the time it needs to move. From the metaphysical perspective, patience is letting things happen in divine time, not your time. Letting things happen in divine time doesn't mean being slow, because rhythm can be slow or it can be very fast. Don't think of it like, oh, I gotta just wait, and if I wait, it'll come to me. I've heard the expression, good things come to those who wait. That's not really what we're saying here. Letting things happen divine time, maybe right now is the moment to strike. And if you hesitate, if you second guess, if you say, I'm not sure about this, and you let that moment go by, you're not in patience there too. You've lost the moment. It's passed you by. You weren't in that divine time. You didn't let things happen divine time because this was the time, and you didn't grab it. So in the rhythm of life, we've got to move this beautiful energy and do essentially the dance of life. When you're dancing, right, there is a rhythm. You're dancing with somebody else, you're doing the waltz. Well, if someone has two left feet, not only do they not know how to maybe do the dance step, but they can't be in step with the music. There's no band, there's no orchestra if you're not all playing together in the same beat and in the same time signature and in the same rhythm. It's the same thing with life, because of course also in life it's not just us solo moving around, we're moving around with other people. They are in their rhythms, the nature is in their rhythms, all these things are moving, but they're all over-guided by the great divine rhythm. And this is extremely important in your spiritual growth, because there's an ancient saying that says, in patience you possess your soul. In patience you possess your soul. It's a biblical expression. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means our soul is going through right now all the experiences of life. Everything you're going through in your life, your soul is absorbing those experiences. And it is learning through the experience. But we know it takes time to go through these experiences. Now, sometimes we may be in an environment where we're in the balance and harmony, but the things around us are not. The people around us are not. And here, you've got to do your best to keep that stability, even if the environment around you is not stable. Because you can be that great stabilizing force. Other times, the disharmony or the lack of rhythm is internal, it's not external. You might actually have a very supportive external, but maybe you're remembering or dealing with some old anxiety or stress internally, or something of the past that you have not resolved yet. So there's an internal struggle going on, an internal disharmony, and that too can throw you out of spiritual rhythm and cause you to be in that impatient mode. So if you notice you're getting a little bit into that frantic mode, that's the time to take a couple deep breaths. Deep breathing is amazing. It immediately gets you back into a more centered rhythm. And that can give you more of a centering. Look, when you look at nature in broad stroke, when you see a beautiful forest, everything looks perfectly in harmony, and there's a peace and tranquility. You know in detail this drama is going on with the animals and other things happening, but the overall rhythm is this one of peace. So yes, you might need to get something done at work pretty quick, but how are you doing it? If you're saying, oh God, I'm not going to get this done, I'm not going to make it happen, and you're putting all this pressure, you can only do what you can do. And you've got to let it unfold. If you get it all done, you do. If you don't, it'll be tomorrow. So sometimes we have to let things go. Let it be. When I say letting go, I don't mean don't do it, but I mean let go the certain pictures we have of things. Okay, I need to get this project done right now, and X, Y, and Z. Well, the first thing when you're designing a project, have you given it a realistic timetable? Now, sometimes we have to crunch, but you can't crunch forever. I was friends with somebody once that had a fantastic development job in the movie industry. It was great paying, but he was working so many hours, they built a little one-bedroom apartment next to his office because he was always working. Well, those jobs, you can't do them for more than maybe 10 years at best, and when you're young. And what are you doing after that? You're recuperating from all that stress and pressure that you put on yourself. So why not try to live a more balanced life? That's the part you want. Now, the other piece of this is we get impatient often because we want too many things at the same time. Oh, I like this, I like this, I like this, I like this, I want all of it, you know? And we think, oh, I can do this job, oh, I can do this too, I can do that project too, and you're piling so much on because you have this appetite for it. So sometimes you need to go the other way, and simplicity. In this age of electronics now, when we're constantly getting bombarded, you have to know when you turn that switch off completely and let yourself be in the rhythm of life. It's a good idea to live close to nature. Know when the sun rises. Know when the sun sets. When was the last time you put your feet on the ground of the earth? Rather, especially if you live in a city. If you're living in the natural flows of things, that communicates to you. If we're living too artificially, then that also disconnects us from the natural rhythms of life. In the ancient days, it was in some ways easier to live the spiritual life because things were simpler. Yes, there were plenty of dramas that went on in those days, but when the sun set, things seemed to slow down a little bit. Okay, then they sped up when the sun rose. So keep that natural rhythm. And there's basic other things that you need to do. Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting just enough recreation time so that it isn't all work and no play? Are you doing basic things that are letting the system and the consciousness have time to regenerate? Okay, you went through this big experience. Are you giving yourself a little time to absorb it all, to let it settle in? We've got to be kind to ourselves and patient as we're working through this, and to realize, yes, there is a divine solution to every problem, but that solution that may take a little while to fully show. So there's also a trust in this. If I trust that there is a greater process moving, okay, I don't have all the answers of life today, but I know they're there. And I know as I keep pursuing them in divine time, the answers will come. My name is Dimitri Moraitis. I'm director of Spiritual Arts Institute. If this video speaks to you, please subscribe and support our channel. I thank you.